Hi friends, a warm welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the Drink Champ interview, which is hosted by Noor and DJ FN, released on Complex's YouTube channel. It's a well-known podcast where hip-hop artists and producers sit down and have casual, often in-depth, discussions over drinks, and it tends to feature lots of revealing stories, reflections on the artists' careers, and insight into their lives. Today we are going to talk about this iconic interview which featured the hip-hop legends Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, where both of them discussed their careers, their journey in hip-hop, and their legendary collaborations. It was full of inspiration and humor of Snoop Dogg.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg have been collaborating since the early 1990s. Their professional relationship began when Dr. Dre discovered Snoop Dogg, then known as Snoop Doggy Dogg, in 1992, after hearing him rap on a mixtape. Dre was impressed by Snoop's talent and soon featured him on his debut solo album, The Chronic, 1992, where Snoop's distinctive voice and laid-back style were featured prominently on tracks like Nothing But a G-Thang and Lil Ghetto Boy. The success of The Chronic laid the foundation for their long-lasting partnership. In 1993, Snoop Dogg released his debut album, Doggy Style, which was produced by Dr. Dre and became a major commercial success. Their chemistry continued to shine in the years that followed, with both artists continuing to collaborate on various projects, including Snoop's subsequent albums and Dre's 2001, 1999. Their bond has remained strong over the years, and they've collaborated on numerous tracks, music videos, and even joint performances, solidifying them as one of hip-hop's most iconic duos.
In this interview they also talked about how they had the passion to work after all these years. To Noor's question, Dre replies,
Just a love for the music and a love for hip-hop and what I do, and I just love being creative. I would do this shit if I was a plumber or something. It's just something I love to do. Unfortunately, I've been able to make money at my passion, which is the ultimate, the ultimate dream for everyone, right? To do what you love to do and make money at it and make a living at it and be able to not only take care of your family, but your friends and everybody that you care about. So that's my mission.
They discussed the making of The Chronic 1992 and Doggy Style 1993, both of which are landmark albums in hip-hop.
The first album that I produced.
30 years ago, right?
It was 30 years ago. It was, well, a little more than 30 years ago. It was 1993 when I produced his first album, Doggy Style. And, yeah.
Dre talked about his meticulous approach to production, while Snoop shared his experiences recording and working with Dre. Dre then also talks about making music and how hard Snoop Dogg works. Later, Snoop shares a hilarious story about how they smoked in the hotel room.
The first time we interviewed you, this is when I knew how powerful you were. We checked into the hotel and they gave us shower caps.
Why?
They knew you were going to smoke.
No, he knew. Shower cap.
what to do.
Where they put the shower cap at? Over the fire line.
Over the fire thing, and we still blew the shit out. You remember?
What the fuck is the shower cap shit? What's that for?
Cover the smoke alarms.
You put over the alarm. You put the shower cap over there. The smoke not supposed
He knew
to get in
exactly
there.
what to do.
Yes.
You jump right in on that, huh?
It's my technique.
Snoop then talks about Super Bowl, which you can probably see on different social media too.
No, what we need to think about is that before Jay-Z got control of the Super Bowl, wasn't no niggas performing. So let's go back to the essence of the beginning of
Preach.
He's creating a wave of artists to have an opportunity to perform. If you're a good artist and you're a great artist, your time will come.
Right.
Like, I was never crying about it or mad about it. When Dr. Dre called me and asked me to get his back, I was there for him.
Right.
But I didn't feel like I was supposed to be there. I was, in demand to be there. This is a big event. People looking at everything when they pick the person to perform. You should just be honored that, hip-hop is being able to be seen on that platform for all of us and not hate on the next man, but be happy.
They also discussed about how the track Drop It Like It's Hot was made.
When we did Drop It Like It's Hot, Pharrell called this nigga to the studio, and I told him I'm finna go to the car and get some blunts, and I left. Because I didn't want to be in there to hear this nigga say that he didn't like the record. But after he heard that record, that nigga called me and was like, nigga, that motherfucker fire.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite records that Snoop did.
Wow.
That made me feel good that I was able to impress Dr. Dre, because it's all his students. You got to understand, we all thrive on impressing him when we're not with him.
Wow.
Because he's so exceptional when he's with us. So it's a demand of that level that we demand from the producers. Pharrell, Timbaland, these niggas, they always put their shit up against him.
Right.
And when they making records for me, they're like, man, I don't know, man. What you think Dre gonna say? I'm like, why the fuck is you worrying about what he gonna say? Man, if Dre don't like it, man, I'm like, he ain't gonna like the motherfucker.
Snoop also explains how Dre makes music and reveals things about a short movie and new album Missionary, which will be Snoop's 20th studio album. It is set to be released on December 13th by Death Row Records, Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records. It will feature Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Sting, Method Man, Jelly Roll, Tom Petty, BJ the Chicago Kid, Shiniko, Alice, Con and a lot more.
We did a short movie for the release of the album. It's a 10-minute short movie that's crazy as shit. And Method Man blessed us and did the narration over the movie. So yeah, so that's gonna come out right before the album drops. The album drops December 13th, and hopefully this movie comes out December 9th.
God damn it.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
I'm gonna take a shot to this
Yeah.
Niggas love getting drunk.
They also talks about Snoop's new drink gin and juice.
No, hold on. So what we did was we started with the can first, right? Because we wanted to make it easy to grab. We wanted to have everybody moving and grooving to it, so we came with the can. Then we moved on to the...
That's pre-mixed, right? It's already mixed.
Already mixed, gin and juice, already ready
This
to go.
is the business right here.
You understand me? Ready to go. You know what I'm saying? The ladies really love it.
Dre then explains about his thoughts about one album, one producer, and later collaborating with skilled artists.
Well, fortunately for me, I was extremely naive thinking that there's supposed to be one producer on an album, right? So that's how I attempted it, from NWA, straight Outta Compton. You know, I'm producing all of this shit. The Chronic album is just me. From Doggy Style with Snoop's album, it was, I thought, you have one artist and one producer.
Right.
Fortunately, I was naive at that time and was able to accomplish that. And that happened all the way up through the early 2000s with Eminem's, I think, first 3 or 4 albums. It was just us, you know? And then we decided to collaborate on Get Rich or Die Trying with 50 Cent's first album. It was just me and Eminem. He produced the first half and I produced the second half. So that was fun. And it's just finding an artist that is like Snoop or Eminem or Ice Cube or anything like that. Finding artists like that you can not only maintain a friendship with and have a love and brothership with is amazing. And that's what I look for. So that's what it is to me as a producer. You know, and also finding people to collaborate with is a skill in itself.
They took the whole hall on fire when they played for new songs from their new album Missionary. Outta Blue, Mary Jan, Thank You and Another Part of Me. Trust me, these tracks are fire AF and they are must-listen tracks. Interview continues on gangster life they had and the things they are giving back to society.
I started that way. Look at me now.
Yes.
You're supposed to reverse the brainwash. You know what I'm saying? When I was brainwashed, I was pushing that line.
Yes.
Now my line is love, peace, unity, no division, just bringing everybody together.
We're not only doing that, we're building schools, we're doing all of this shit, and we're taking care of our community, and we're giving back. So that's what we're on. So just imagine the trajectory of where we were in 1993 and where we are now.
Shit, banging ain't dead, it just went legit.
Dre then speaks about the iconic movie Straight Outta Compton and about Corey Hawkins, who played his part in the movie.
So do you think that Straight Outta Compton was a success because most of the people are still here, Snoop? Or you think...
No, I think it was a success because it was a beautiful story on paper. A great movie starts on paper. The script was amazing. Then they found actors that were believable, that really, you know, made you feel like you was watching those characters on screen, and it had heart and had soul, and it had a beautiful ending. You seen Dr. Dre go off and say, well, what's the name of that weak-ass label? Nigga, Aftermath, nigga. And walked out. Nigga, that shit was so gangster, nigga. That was the coldest scene in the motherfucking movie.
Yeah. Shout out to Corey
I almost
Hawkins.
cried when I seen it. Oh,
Shout out to Corey Hawkins who played my character because the day I met him, I'm like, okay, he looks nothing like me. But we pushed that aside and his performance was just like, okay, he got it. And it's really crazy because his voice sounds similar to mine. And I stay in touch with him because of that. He's an amazing actor. Again, his name is Corey Hawkins.
Dre also praised about Timbaland music.
This Timbaland is like, I really appreciate like Timbaland because I feel like he inspired me. He was the first person that started doing the double time shit with the beats, like that thing. So I was really impressed with that, and that inspired me. So yeah, big shout out to Timbaland.
Snoop then explains about Crip Walk and Blood Walk and how Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us unified West Coast and how Crips and Bloods became friends.
Since Not Like Us, right? Everybody Crip walks.
and,
I don't give
and
a fuck.
not Crip Walk, they Blood Walk and Crip Walk.
It's both?
Yeah, it's
Blood
both.
Walk is the thing.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah,
fucked
don't
up.
get it fucked up. It's real shit on the West.
I'm talking
It's
about
either or is it?
When you seen that stage when Kendrick was that night at that concert,
Right.
it was 98% Bloods up there.
I thought it was Crips. I'm saying I'm from the East Coast. So
Why would they have all that red on?
Pay attention, Nori.
I just
What
was
the
like,
fuck?
Cause listen,
Let me
I'm
tell you what that record did do. It unified the West.
Wow.
So
That was
it may have been
beautiful.
disrespectful, but it's hip hop, so it's part of hip hop. I chose no sides because I have no individual cause with that. That's a grown man going against a grown man. But what it did do was unite the West and make everybody out here start looking at each other like how much love we got for each other.
Right.
It was a blood walk where the Bloods had peace treaty. You had certain Crip gangs that came together and became, real friends as opposed to being enemies. So that record did a lot for us on the West as far as uniting. So we should speak on that, if anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Snoop then defines how he feels being back in the studio with Dr. Dre again and actually being produced by him like old times.
So how fun was it getting back in the studio with him?
It was like me being a kid again because I got a chance to like just go back to being directed and not have to be the leader in the studio and be the one to come up with all the ideas and be so creative. I could come to the studio and just really just let them work on me. And it felt good to be in a position to have them produce me and write for me and put me in, great positions as an artist because I want to be a great artist when I'm done with this. And sometimes you got to be produced. I look at all of the great.
You already are a great artist.
No, but I'm saying.
You already are a great artist.
But I think
Facts.
one one thing that was missing from my artifacts was to be produced, like
Right.
and to actually be produced and to let the rings go and say, okay,
Like let go a little bit.
let go a lot of it,
Right.
like everything. Like this is what it's all about. When you really trust somebody, like to trust Dr. Dre's process and his procedure, no matter how long it take, I trust it, and to trust it and say, look, produce me like nobody else has. Because everybody too afraid to try to write for me or try to do for me because they feel like, oh, you know what you're doing, Snoop, you at that level.
Right.
But with him, I'm still his little brother, so it's always that he knows what's best for me. So to produce for me and to write for me and to put me in a position where I can sound good and feel good for the moment that I'm in right now, very appreciative to that.
At the end of the interview, Nor appreciates how Dre changed his life. Dre speaks about not like the idea of Snoop owning Death Row Records, but now like what he actually did now.
Let me tell you something. I was so upset when I heard that Snoop was fucking doing the Death Row shit at the beginning. Like, nigga, what? That shit has so much bullshit following it. But then, now, I'm so happy about it. And I'm so
It's
impressed with
incredible.
what my bro is doing because he's taking our thing that we created and bringing it back to life. And now I see his vision now.
His vision is clear as hell.
I appreciate it and I'm proud of it now. So I'm gonna flag that.
Thank you all for watching this video. If you like this video, please like the video and share with your friends who likes hip-hop music. Subscribe please,